For me right now, working out is more like a lifestyle. It's not like, oh my God, I have to do my workout or I have to work out. It's more like, I go for more like mental health than how, some people love obviously for aesthetics. I'm not saying that I'm not all about aesthetics. Yes, I am. I want to look good, of course. Why not? Yeah. But for me, it's more like mental health. Like, the days that I'm feeling low or I'm sad or I'm stressed, and every time I work out, I know I'm going to feel good.
All right, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today. Again, Luigi and Dana with the Let's Move Canada podcast. We have a very special guest today, fitness influencer Saman Munir. And before we actually get started with the podcast, a quick reminder that this podcast is being brought to you by the Canadian Health and Fitness Institute, whose mission is to make Canada the fittest nation on earth by 2030. So to this point, we have this podcast just to bring some amazing highlights on how one can stay physically active, as well as keep up with their mental health. So now, going on to our wonderful guest, Saman Munir is a fitness influencer, personal trainer, first female Muslim Under Armour representative, and recipient of American Influencer Award for International Fitness Influencer of the Year 2021. Also proud mother of 3. Okay, she does it all. She's living her best life and hoping to inspire others to live theirs through her passion for fitness. And she does have a motto, which is, we only live once, so why not challenge ourselves to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, thank you. So our first question is, when and how did you get into fitness?
So before I even started my fitness page, I had a page called Makeup Hijabs. I'm not sure if you guys checked that out. I was a beauty blogger, and I did that for a good 8 years.
Okay, that's why your makeup's so perfect.
It shows. It shows.
Oh goodness. I did makeup and different makeup and hijab videos in different ways, and showed people how to wear makeup or how to do like hijab in different styles. I did that for a good 8 years, and I kind of got bored of it. So my husband suggested, he's like, why don't you create a fitness page? Because there are not a lot of Muslim people who are showcasing healthy lifestyle. Maybe you can start doing that. And I was always into fitness, but my mindset was just off. It was like, how can I get skinny? How can I have skinny arms? How can I have skinny legs? So it was just cardio. So it was just, the fitness was there, but not a positive way. So in 2017, I decided, you know what, I'm going to create a page. Like my husband suggested that. And we both started off. And after a week, he was like, okay, you continue. I'm busy with work. You do your thing. Actually, I was really surprised it went very, very well. I was not a personal trainer at that time. I had no experience in how to work out and what to do. I just said, okay, let me just post videos of me working out. And I believe I had 6,000 followers at that time when I decided I'm going to start messaging and start sending DM to all the sports company because I want to work with them. So I started sending every single brand, and Under Armour was the only brand that came back to me a month later, and they said, we will take you as an influencer.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Only 6,000 followers. They took me as an influencer for 3 months. They sent me free stuff. They said, look, you can wear Under Armour and other brands as well, but when you tag us, try to avoid tagging other brands, which is fair, right? But I took that opportunity, and I'm like, I'm not going to take that as granted because this is a huge brand.
Huge.
Forget about all the other brands. I was just focused on Under Armour. I was like, I want to work with this brand forever. And that's exactly what I did. I just put Under Armour on, did my workout, tagged them, and then 3 months later, they said, we want you to be our ambassador. Beautiful. And when I became their ambassador, that's when I decided, look, Under Armour, there's other brands that got hijab out there. We need our hijab. I'm wearing neck to bottom Under Armour, but I need a hijab that is also Under Armour, right? And that's when we started to talk about how to design the Under Armour hijab. So it took us 2 years. Under Armour,
Wow.
and we went back and forth, and then we came up with this nice, amazing sports performance hijab. And if you go online, you will see my video over there, because then they said, okay, how about we do a photo shoot for it? And that photo shoot took, I remember, 8 hours, and it was one of the best accomplishments in my life, because the Canadian team was so happy because that was the first Canadian product, because every other products are made in
Oh,
States.
wow. Yeah, that's right.
So we were super excited, and it went very, very well. Even now, it's like one of the top sports performance hijab in the world.
Wow.
Yeah, and it's available anywhere.
That's an amazing story.
What a way to transition from lifestyle beauty into sport, and to still bring some fashion and beauty into it.
Correct.
Right? Like it really does come full circle, and I really love your point about mindset.
Yes.
Right? Which is when you're thinking about working out and how to look, already has a beauty influencer at the time, right? You think about how you're already telling so many people, this is how you wear makeup, this is how you wear your hijab, color coordination,
Correct.
Color palettes, all of these different things. But in your mind, you're thinking, when I work out, let me do cardio only just to be skinny. And I'm pretty sure that comes with certain mental health implications. So I guess my question is, how do you think physical activity impacts your mental health now?
Oh my God, absolutely, it has a profound impact on my physical and mental health. For me right now, working out is more like a lifestyle. It's not like, oh my God, I have to do my workout, or I have to work out. It's more like, I go for more like mental health than how, some people love obviously for aesthetics. I'm not saying that I'm not all about aesthetics. Yes, I am. I want to look good, of course. Why not?
Yeah.
But for me, it's more like mental health. Like, the days that I'm feeling low, or I'm sad, or I'm stressed, and every time I work out, I know I'm going to feel good. Although I don't want to go, but I still push myself, because we all know when you exercise, your body releases chemicals called endorphins, and that just, reduces your stress and, improves your mood. So I tell everybody, just go it's like a free therapy. Just go for your mental health. Just do it for the sake of it. Yeah, you feel so, so much better.
So when you decided that, your first mindset is, I just want to be skinny, I'm going to do cardio, I'm going to get on the treadmill or whatever you're doing and just get skinny. How did you change your mindset from that to for health?
Once I started posting video and Under Armour approached me, I was like, I have to raise the bar. If they put my picture on Under Armour where there's Tom Brady and Anthony Joshua, I can't be doing just cardio. I gotta be doing something crazy. So I raised the bar. I said, that's it. I gotta work hard. I said, you know what, drop this idea of being 125. I don't know why that number was stuck in my head, and I want to be 125 pounds, which never happened, and I'm happy about it, whatever. I just said, forget about the scale. So I started working on my strength. I said, how can I do push-ups? How can I do pull-ups? How can I, that's like from one goal to another goal. And as I achieved all these goals, I just went higher and higher and higher. You just get hungrier.
How long do you think that transformation took?
A lot of years.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of years.
So it's not going to happen overnight.
Oh, absolutely. No. Especially my journey to muscle up was the most hardest journey ever. It was my lifetime goal. I started with 2020. I started in 2018, and I didn't get it until 2021. I turned 40.
Okay.
So I pushed myself really, really hard. It was really frustrating. But you know what? I realized that I needed a coach.
Okay.
So for people who don't know, they're struggling, honestly, get a coach. If you need help, don't be scared to ask for help. Once I got my coach, and my coach was amazing, and I'm still, with him, and I've learned so much from him. And I finally achieved that life goal that was muscle up. So, doing a muscle up at the age of 43, it's big. It's
That's
a flex.
amazing. That's amazing.
It's a flex. And being a mom of 3, it's
Okay, well, so what would you say to people that, I can't start right now, I'm too old, or I don't have time, or...
I don't let anybody say you're not too old. Age is just a number. You can start anytime. You have to put the work in. It takes time. Fitness is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So, enjoy the journey. Don't forget about the destination. You will get there, but enjoy it. Enjoy that moment of learning.
It's going to take time,
It
right?
will absolutely take a lot of time, yeah.
Right.
And you have to be consistent.
Right.
Because without that, there's no way you can achieve it.
Yeah, there's a lot of, right, they say I don't have time to work out, right? Where am I going to fit into my busy schedule? But even just a little bit at a time, just over.
Absolutely. Started with like
years.
15 minutes. Like when I started, I remember I used to just walk around the block. That's how I started. Then I started taking classes because I was afraid. Like a lot of new people who are new growers, new gym growers, they're afraid to go to the gym because they're nervous. Like what people are going to say, how people are going to look at us. So start doing it slow, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Set small goals.
Mm-hmm.
Be accountable, you know. Take a friend with you and then work out with them, or do like group classes. That helps a lot. When you're working with other people, it's more motivating because you're seeing other, and that's exactly how I started. Just working with other people. I'm like, okay, if this guy can do it, why can't I do push-up? If he's gonna do push-up all the way there, I'm gonna do it too. And I remember like when I started my fitness journey at UFC gym, I used to purposely have a guy partner because I'm like, I want to beat him. I want to do just as good as he's doing.
Yeah.
And that's how I got stronger.
I love that. There's like a sense of community as well, right? Like there's being a group of like-minded people that are doing things alongside. But another thing is knowing where to get your mentors, right? I think one thing that I think as I continue to grow up, as I get older, one thing that I continuously learn is that you will have multiple mentors in your life in different areas of your life.
Absolutely.
So, you know, as an influencer, someone who showcases that one particular aspect of their life to inspire others, what would you advise other mothers, right, that are trying to do it? I mean, you're a mother of 3, you're a fitness influencer, and it sounds like you have a lot of different components and even competing priorities in your life.
I would say like self-care is not being selfish. You have to take care of yourself in order to take care of your kids. If you're not going to take care of your health, you won't be able to take care of your kids. I've seen my mom, like when she was at my age, she was on medication like anything. But at least me, at 43 right now, I'm not taking no medication. My blood sugar or my diabetes, everything is clear. Everything is good. My mom at that time was taking her diabetic medication, her blood pressure medication, everything, because she was not taking care of herself. So it's so important for us as mom that we need to take care of ourselves so we can take care of our little ones as well. Some people think it's selfish. No, it's not. Taking care of yourself is not selfish. It's much needed. You have to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
So just a follow-up question, right? Like, again, going to leading by example, right? Showing how one can balance it all. How does that translate? How does that go to your kids? How do you transfer that to your kids? Like, do they work out as well? How do they lead healthy lives? Your kids, your children?
Yes.
Like,
I'll give you a good example. I was at an event and this lady comes to me and she was a bit overweight. She goes, my son, he eats too much. He doesn't work out. I said, hold on, but do you work out? Do you eat healthy? She's like, no. I said, well, you're the role model. You have to take care of yourself so he will follow you. And that's exactly what my kids, I don't have to tell them. My son, he always reads the ingredients and he sees what's in it and what's not. He is so like, you can tell your kids whatever you want, but they will learn what they see you doing it. I can tell my son, you know what, don't eat this, don't eat it. But if I'm eating it, how's he going to learn? He has to see me not doing those things.
Makes sense.
And when I don't do it, they do the same thing. They follow, okay, you know what, our mother is doing this, we're going to do the same thing. So you have to be the role model. The mother has to be the role model for their kids.
Right. So how much does nutrition and healthy eating play diet?
Big time. It's obviously it depends on your goal. Like I will tell you, when I was doing bodybuilding, I was eating like everything in moderation. You can't, out-train a bad diet. But when you're bodybuilding, it wasn't very. I was okay with eating everything in moderation, but when it came to muscle ups, do you know what muscle ups is?
No.
Tell us about muscle ups. Tell us about muscle ups.
Goodness, I have to send you a video of that. Okay, so you know how you do pull ups?
Yes.
So pull up is like this, and then muscle up is like you're on top of the bar. You're pulling yourself on top of the bar, which is another level.
It is.
Of,
so when you pull yourself
calisthenics, yes, exactly.
Do you pull yourself
up and then you do dips? Yeah, exactly. So
I can't even do one pull up.
In my dream, I can do it all, but
so I learned that when it comes to calisthenics, I had to drop my weight because the lighter your weight is, the easier it is going to be for you to go up.
Right.
But with bodybuilding, it doesn't really matter. So yes, diet does matter because it makes it. It will make you feel like if you eat good food, you'll be obviously more energetic. When you eat pizza or something, like me at this age, when I eat pizza at night, I keep getting up because I just can't. It's just my body doesn't digest it properly.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
But I'm not one of those trainers who tell my clients don't eat anything. I don't do that. I say eat everything in moderation. Instead of, if you're craving for pizza, go ahead. You don't have to have 5 slices, have one.
Right.
It's salad.
Right.
Exactly. Have everything, but in moderation.
Okay.
Right.
Discipline just keeps coming back up.
Oh,
I know, it's so much
Absolutely,
discipline.
absolutely.
Yeah. And habit, right? It's like you gotta keep doing it to make a habit, to make a
Lifestyle.
habit. It's hard to keep going. But I like what you said when just you started walking around the block.
Yes.
Anybody can do that, right?
Correct.
Almost anybody can get it and walk around the block.
Totally.
So I need to tell myself that. I should be telling myself that.
You just have to start, not
You have
tomorrow,
to start
now.
Yeah. You
Even
have
if
to
it's
start.
the littlest bit,
Absolutely.
and then which sets you up for continuing.
Correct.
So, putting all of these pieces together, like you have for so many years, what does the future look like for you? What are your goals when it comes to being a fitness influencer, a mother, someone who juggles a lot of different pieces?
I want to inspire as many people around the world as much as I can. I'm also actually a trainer for Evolve You app.
Okay.
So my goal is to create more programs for the busy moms out there. I have already have like 3 programs for them. Like it's a focus HIT program. It's for beginners, intermediate, and advanced level. And then I have basic calisthenics program, which is body weight workout. Again, it could be done anywhere in like at home or at the gym or even at the park. So that's my goal, is to create more, maybe more weight training or maybe another version of calisthenic program for the Evolve You app.
Tell me a little bit more about the HIT program. It sounds, I know that it's relatively new, is it not?
High intensity.
High interval training.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you tell me more about it?
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's high intensity interval. You can do it like at home. It's like more like body weight, or it could be with dumbbells as well.
Okay.
And it's like how it goes is like for like 5 exercises, for example, it's going to be 40 seconds on and 20 seconds off. And you can, like I said, you can do it anywhere. You don't need any weights. It's mostly body weight, maybe a few resistance bands here and there. And there's like 3 levels. There's for beginners who have never worked out. They can do it for intermediate level and then advanced level.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
30 to 45
You gotta try
minutes.
it, Luigi.
I definitely have to, and it seems like I think I saw in Evolve You that you were probably one of the first that actually brought that program to the platform.
The HIT program.
The HIT program.
Yes.
So congratulations on that.
Thank
That's
you.
really cool. Again,
Yeah.
just not only doing a little bit for yourself, but also kickstarting, really being a trailblazer, helping, showing others that it is possible.
Absolutely.
No,
Yeah.
for sure.
So
Definitely
we
got
have
to that.
one of our biggest goals and missions at Let's Move Canada in citizenship is to engage communities. There's a lot of inactive kids,
Correct.
right? And not just kids, I mean, and adults too,
True,
right?
absolutely.
In Canada. So what's a way to do you think that we can motivate more children and more adults to get active?
So lately I've been going to schools
Okay.
and doing
Okay,
workshops.
wow.
I think
Okay.
that helps a lot. If
Beautiful.
the school can, hire a trainer or call a motivational speaker like myself if they want to do some kind of, that's what I've been doing. I did that actually quite a few times and the kids enjoy it.
So do you actually work out there? Or
Yeah,
you,
we're working out there. Yeah,
that's
it's
cool.
like a big room with boys and girls, and they're just like, okay, burpees, let's do all burpees, let's do, jumping jacks, and they're all in it. Yeah.
What age groups?
It's middle school.
Middle school. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And high school as well, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
That's really cool.
good.
I hadn't know about that.
Early on, I like that because I know that a lot of times you hear that you want to get kids before they hit high school.
Correct.
Because you want them to start really. It's not so much about habits and doing things. It's about the mindset that you're helping them develop.
And also at home, what they see at home, right?
Exactly.
So
100%.
if you want your kids to be more active, then you're going to have to also be more active.
Absolutely.
That concept
Absolutely,
of community keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So speaking of, just like we know a lot of the things that you do on a more serious note. Now we're curious to know about your hobbies. What do you do
Oh my God.
outside of being a fitness
I
influencer?
love traveling.
Oh, do you?
Really?
I love traveling, but I always tell people if I was not a fitness influencer, I would be a humanitarian aid worker. I did
Wow.
once, yeah. I love, raising money for the needy people around the world. I went to Jordan once, and that was an eye opener for me to go to those villages and provide them with food and aid and just see how they're living and how happy they are. They went through this war and all that stuff, but they're so happy, they're so content, they don't care about anything. And although they have nothing in their house, you go to their house and they're bringing tea for you. Their fridges are empty. No electricity, nothing, but they have
How did you end up doing this?
I got involved with an organization, and I said that I wanted to raise money, and I wanted to. So I was able to raise money for Jordan, for Syrian refugees in Jordan. Then I also raised money for Bangladesh and then other countries as well, Yemen and all that stuff. Yeah. But the only country that I've been to was Jordan. It was, for me, it was an eye opener. I was like, wow, I really want to do this.
Have you combined fitness and all that with humanitarian aid at all in your organizations, or thought about it, or?
I did think about it. Maybe we can do a little fitness workshop with these little kids.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened yet. No,
Yeah.
not yet. But I did go for it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Humanitarian
really
aid
cool.
work.
You know
Yeah.
what this reminds me of? Eat, Pray, Love. The movie
Oh,
Eat, Pray,
yeah.
Love. One. In the beginning of the movie,
Yeah.
they kind of tell you, you had all of these people, I believe from Vietnam, that went through so many atrocities, and there was a psychologist that expected to hear about all of the sad things that happened to them, but in the sessions with people that they were talking to, all they cared about was human relationships. So,
Correct.
I spoke to someone, he hasn't called me in days, what do I do? This is an issue going on between mom and my sister.
Right,
like, what do I
right.
do?
I
So it
remember
really
this.
goes to show you that the human spirit really does go beyond what's
Correct.
material, right?
Correct.
Like any healing or balancing or rebalancing of life that needs to happen internally, it's just about the soul, the human soul, and with working out, of course, right?
Correct.
Like so it just really resonated. That's the first thing that popped up when you talked about Jordan. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's really
and you
powerful.
say you work out a lot for mental health.
Yes.
So how much time do you spend working?
I spend 1.5 hours to 2. When I'm at the gym, I'm focused. If people are talking to me, I don't hear them because I have the
Got it.
headphone on. I
Okay.
am so zoned out. People are like, we're talking to you, not listening. I said, I'm so sorry. I'm like, you have to tap me because I can't hear anybody.
Yeah.
I'm so zoned out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
zoned in.
And are your
Yes.
are your
With my workout.
Right? With your workout.
Yeah, with my workout. Yeah.
are your kids really active too?
My youngest one and my middle one, yes. My daughter is a bit lazy. She goes through phases where she wants to work out, where she doesn't. I don't want to force.
No.
I don't like that forcing thing. So
Mhm.
my middle one is into swimming and soccer, and my youngest one is full-time soccer, like 4
Wow.
times a week he trains.
Oh, wow.
And my husband is like with him
Cool.
all
Nice.
the time
Very cool.
because he's crazy about soccer.
Yeah. And I think that's it, right? Like once you have a passion that can
Yeah.
foster some sort of physical activity, it just makes it easier.
Yeah.
And then you're not thinking about, oh, I gotta work out, I gotta work. You're just doing it.
Exactly.
It comes natural
Love.
to you.
You have
Yeah,
fun.
It just comes
Yeah.
very natural
You
to
have
you.
fun.
Yeah.
It's important to find an activity where you can just enjoy it.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the exercise. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Well, I hope this was a great lesson for all of you. You heard it here first, right? Find the things that you're interested in and make sure that there's a physical activity component to it. So thank you so much for joining us
Thanks
today.
for having me.
No,
Yes,
of
thank you so
course,
much.
Of course. And all of you can learn more and follow Saman on Instagram at SFM_fitness. And that's where you'll find Saman in all things that she has to offer related to health and fitness. And if you need some health and beauty tips with your hijab,
Yeah, why not?
just go a little bit further in time, you'll find it. But
And evolve you, right?
absolutely
And
evolve you as well.
Yeah.
Yes. So again, thank you so much for joining us. And if you want to learn more about our podcast or want to know about future guest speakers or when next episodes are going to come out, do not hesitate to follow us on Let's Move Canada on Instagram and even on our website, right? And you'll continue to see more of us there. Thank you so much for joining, and catch you at the next episode.
Amazing.